We ought to be practitioners of the things that we say we believe in. We ought to be practitioners of the things we say we believe in. If someone tries to say something nice to us, and then we choose to rebuke them and introduce negativity, are we really following the guidelines of this greater process than our own minds can comprehend? You know, the weightier matters. Forgiveness, not judging others. You know, if you bring your brother to court before the unrighteous, then you have already failed, it says. Holy, busy bathroom. Removing the beam out of our own eye. The beam. Rather than complaining about the speck in our brothers. You know, we look outward and we point our finger at what we think is incorrect. Who's doing what wrong? All, you know, when the Bible does rebuke others, but it does say that it should be left to God. Be cautious and not judge. Are you fit to judge even the smallest matter? It says, ? And what it, but it means that you're not. Usually it's in a yes. I just told someone that whenever it questions something, it means yes. But maybe it said, are you not fit? Are you not fit to judge even the smallest matter? Meaning that, why are you judging this situation? The weightier matters. How could we believe in something good when all we do is go around pointing out what's bad? You know, and let's say we are all sinners and we all do make mistakes. If we never forget, if we never recognize the part we played within that, how will we ever allow that other individual or party to make right? If they're going to come with their pleasant praise or, you know, greeting, and we're going to put them down, we ourselves will not forget the wrong. Which matter is more weighty? Forgiveness, not judging others. Remove your own beam out of your own eye. Look at your own part. Next time you're mad about something or someone, consider the part you played in whatever you're talking about. And if someone's trying to do right by you, perhaps it is not wise to put them down. If you have an issue with somebody, just tell them plainly. Say, this is what I feel happened, and this is the result. What result would you like? Are you just here to shame me, or what are we gonna do? Like, what? I clearly don't know what you need, so you need to tell me what you need. Don't just put people down. It's the same as a court case. When you just go in complaining, you need to ask for things. You know? The weightier matters of the Bible. Some of us focus on dispute, you know, and the repudiation, the correction. But there's also the forgiveness part, you know. You know, the letting God judge it. Yep. So I think it makes it clear that we should look at ourselves. How often do we maintain the negativity, the problem? We put fuel to the fire of the problem. And it's not them, it's us. So don't be standing in a fire throwing wood into it and then blaming someone else because of how hot it is. You know, we all do it. But yeah, next time something's wrong, just think about it. Think about yourself. What? Consider, oh, I'm thinking about this person. I'm not happy. You know, and whatever it is, just realize that you're thinking about something else, and then turn it back to yourself. Okay, here's me. Here's what I did. Here's how I feel. You know, and you don't need to reply. Like an offer to, everything is an offer to contract. And you know, I do not wish to contract here. I'm not going to give my valuable consideration for what you gave me. You gave me something I don't like, and I don't need to give back to you something that I also don't like, or that you won't like. You know, I decline this contract to be poor, to have poor conduct, even if it might seem fair. Eye for an eye. And don't be sarcastic. Just, you know, genuinely bless the other, even when they're in the wrong. That, right? Like that. What's that verse? Don't repay railing for railing, or reviling for reviling. But with a genuine blessing, not a sarcastic, not a I'll pray for you because you need it, but like I hope that your heart finds contentment. You know, we all deserve happiness. If it's sarcasm, it's not a blessing. God bless you all. Peace and favor of health and abundance be to you all. Why do you not rather accept wrong? Why do you not rather let yourself be cheated? If you've brought your brother into a law case, you've already failed. Don't render evil for evil, or railing for railing, but on the contrary, give a blessing when you get evil, knowing that there is unto you a blessing that you will inherit. If you don't repay evil with evil, if you give a blessing instead, regardless, knowing that ye are thereunto called. You have been called to give blessings on the contrary when evil is presented, that ye should inherit a blessing. Amen.